seasons of VSEA, he can be a top dog. He can be a performer, Ben. It's not like he's going to be one of these IGLs that's going to walk in there and struggle to actually impact the server himself. He's still an effective player, so maybe we'll see some good things. But we are going to dive into it. How's this one going to go down?
Looks like going straight from the get-go. Heavy B take. And like I mentioned early on, if you don't get that B plant on the pistol, you start to worry, but they do get the plant. And they've actually managed to keep, you know, obviously still got his smoke and a flash. But this is going to be rough. They've got two players with no armor. And Quicks is trying to force the issue, and it's just not working out.
Yeah, he got a nice tag off onto JBA. Seemed like he could have built from it, but he missed the shot on trouble. Couldn't get the follow-up frag either. Everyone's gone down. So Vexed, they get the bomb down. That's the silver lining from this. At least they got that extra bit of cash, but there was no frags, and they just completely retake it with no casualties as well. So everyone that had armor can hold on to that. Trouble keeps his kit. JBA is going to be happy that he's got away with his lives, and London Lynx have a pretty good start here on the second map.
Yeah, like that was 5 alive. You get the bomb down. You don't really get anything else from that. You don't get much info. It's quite regular for them to play retake B. And yeah, you've got that. Now the question marks start rising. This round is basically throwaway, right? You're just gonna, you'll give someone, or maybe more than one person, a lot of eco frags. It looks like it's gonna be trouble that'll be gifted. Oh, the dink. That's probably a bit of extra confidence for them to push in there. He's got the molly off, and the question is, will they get a second plant? Because that could mean quite a lot. The molly is stopping the plant, but they can do it from the other side as soon as they get close enough.
Oh, early trade there. First time the T's actually do find a frag as they're able to remove trouble. But he's already found 2 big kills. That's the retake. It comes off. JBA with the MP9 is able to take down quick. So not only are they finding success in these rounds, but they maximize quite a lot of the cash onto the SMGs at least, so it bodes well for them. They get the defuse, but that's 2 rounds in a row now. Vexed have had the plant then.
Yeah, and that changes this first buy round a lot now, because compared to that buy round that I believe London Lynx had, where they had, what was it, 3 flashbangs, 3 smokes, a HE.
Yeah.
Look at the buy that Vexed have. They've managed to get an AWP, and they've got full grenades and everyone else as well. So in terms of what you could do, you know, you've got a whole lot of possibilities there.
Now, for Vexed as well, right, they kind of don't have one set defined AWPer.
Yeah.
We've seen them rotate out a little bit. With Quicks now coming off from the IGL row, with a voice break. Call me Mighty Max.
IGL row.
He's quite good on the row machine. It's like a whole long line. Now he is back on the AWP. I was going to say, are we going to see this big, more effective again? Actually falling back into kind of what we, you know, we did see in the past? No, would be the answer.
Straight to the graveyard. Ooh, I was going to say, did Tarus actually see him? That's a good trade to get.
Oh no.
Oh.
How has he stayed alive for that long? And then Trials with a double kill. They got stuck on the ladder.
Truth has a knife out trying to go back up the ladder, and Pickles is on his head.
What?
I'm so confused.
Did they even know what they were trying to do?
Truth had an idea of what he wanted to do. Pickles was like, "What are you trying to go back up?" Just like,
why are you running?
Yeah, he got the kill.
Yeah.
This is a very rough situation though. 19 HP, 13 HP, and you're against an AWP and a scout, which probably better for you anyway.
Yeah.
You know, one of them is a guaranteed kill, the other one will be a guaranteed kill. But the side chances, a USP shot or a Glock in Brody's instance will kill you.
Does have the HE as well, so that's 1 frag.
The AWP
launches that out.
Kill.
Yeah, not going to be able to actually blow Aussie away. So once again, let's just go for the bomb plant, Ben. Let's go over to B.
Yeah.
Secure ourselves a 3rd bomb plant in a row.
He has managed to grab, I think he got like 3 grenades when he just went through pop plant.
Yeah. Off the corpse.
So he'll be able to get the plant for free. Ooh.
That brethren. Bit risky.
Oh. Speaking of risky, that plant was rather risky.
Yeah, a bit of a bold decision. Obviously, just basically trying to get down to that point. I mean, maybe just hoping they
he
had
was hoping for that
it.
longer con where he gets that plant down, he can get oil, possibly find a 1v1 a bit sooner. And now they're down to pistols. Yeah, no, I mean, there wasn't a really set play in that round.
No.
It was 2 alley, 2 B holes, 1 guy in main. Pretty much an ordinary default, right? So nothing too crazy. This looks like it's showing an outside burst of some kind with some smokes being put down. But there's not much firepower behind this buy. So you gotta be wondering what can they actually do? You know, they're running into rifles everywhere and taking down with ease. You know, there was no question marks in that round. London Lynx feel, yeah, we'll let them do that every round if they want to.
Yeah, just let them out and then knock them down. Very, very simple. Obviously, in terms of the cash as well, they don't really have enough to try and get another AWP out. So if they did even want to buy one up on Quicks, it's not an opportunity they can really go for. Just going to work instead with the AKs across the board. Quite a couple of Molotovs thrown in there as well. Just the 3 HEs and a couple of smokes. What are we going to see Vex do? Is this going to be more of a standardized default? Once again, you got the 3 players up towards Ivy, looking like they might try and go for a fast-paced burst, Ben.
They are pushing up. Quicks was the decoy in the strat. Tarus getting 1 is probably enough to us, but Brody's in such an awful position. Yeah, it's caught between a rock and a hard place right there.
Yeah, and the rocks punched him in the head. Trials, really. Trying to bounce back and forth and seeing if he can actually find these frags. Vex, the high tempo in the round has worked out well, Ben. Ooh, no.
That's still winnable though. 2v1. JBA's done a bit of a crazy thing in that first map.
Yeah, especially when he's got an AK in his hands. But Quick's had the angle covered. The AWP is there. And it does mean he recovers a free AWP as well. So now he actually has the weapon he would have preferred having going into this. And maybe now we can see what I was sort of alluding to. A little bit more of Quick's on the AWP, trying to roam around. He was quite a free-flow AWPer. Who would we really compare him to in terms of what we've seen? I mean, like a Smiths?
Smiths.
Like a Smiths?
I suppose in the sense that he isn't wildly aggressive.
Yeah.
Right? He's composed, is probably a good word to use with it. You know, he doesn't... He knows his risk reward. Yeah, he knows his risk reward quite well. And this is incredibly aggressive for Vex. Like, it's falling apart, it seems, whenever they go for something very, very quick like this, in the yard sort of area. It doesn't seem to bode that well. You know, consider the situation. They'll probably get the 1 kill. Consider you won that previous round with... It was a fast strat alley. But that round, after you've won one, you've been reset instantly. You've got 3 players in less than 2k. It's just so...
There was literally no potential to trade there, though.
I know, you're getting wiped out from so many triangles.
Yeah.
Nothing was smoked off, no grenades.
You've not isolated any lines of sight. You're not in... You're not really playing together where if someone dies, you can get the trade, you can build from that. It's literally, you're getting peppered from every angle. You can hardly see where they are, and you're not going to be able to respond to that. So, quite awkward. Instead, though, going back to more of the same. 3-player burst up towards Ivy, trying to get the smoke down. Tarus did a good job of at least weaning them off last time. This time with the adjustment, it is still just going to be the 1 frag. Aussie with a Mach 10. Can he go huge into the round as they push out? It's a bit of a trade with the SMGs, but Trials up by E-Box is able to just punish them all, really. Mowing his way through them as he bites down deep. Wants the final kill on Aussie. Can't quite muster it. Aussie left in a 1 versus 2, but he's only on 10 HP and doesn't have the AK. Can't just get those 1 taps out. It is the M4, but at least he's softening up the opposition, making them a little bit more supple. A minute on the clock, Ben gets detected, but finds the kill. Brody, he has the AWP. That is the most important factor. It's just 1 shot. That's all it takes. Brody trying to play around here, gets in the back line, had the USP out, knew he was low. The comms were on point, and so was the kill.
Yeah, I mean, Aussie got the first shot off then as well.
Yeah.
If that was an instant headshot, yeah.
If you had the AK.
Yeah, I think the question mark for this game, so far based on these 7 rounds, it is 6-1, but Tarus has been a major question mark on that alley hold. Like every time he's seen someone, he's instantly gone to smoke like that near that server area.
The smoke's always been prioritized over the push.
Yeah, he's not put a flash down or like mollied or anything like that. He always smokes it and just assumes. They wouldn't just
they're not going to go for the smoke. But they have, every time.
It's a major question mark because he's not got more than 1 each time as well.
It's always been the trade. Brody, though, luckily enough, with the AWP from the elevated angle. Trouble. Denies the bomb as well. That's the worst case scenario. At least if they got the bomb plant, get the cash injection, you're not going to be that angry. That's the sort of round where you're going to be a bit upset about the eco.
Yeah, I mean, it leaves them in a buy like this where, you know, you have $800 extra on any of those players now. You get, what, 4 extra mollies, you get more flashes.
Well, yeah, it's just you look at utility, you can see where the missing pieces are.
And now you're on, this is sort of the time where your playbook then gets properly tested. How many sort of A smokes can you do, execute out like a pop, that sort of thing? How many of them can you actually do?
Oh, Brody.
He's not had a good showing so far tonight, if I'm honest. Like, with the AWP,
it's not how he normally plays either, though. He's actually been, I'd say throughout the season, probably the shining star of London Lynx. Like, he really has been effective. And it's been cool to see sort of that transition where, I mean, we've always sort of seen Brody around, but this season it sort of seemed like he came into his own. So quite sad in the playoffs when it all sort of matters. It's not really there.
But this is where people do tend to be made or broke. This round's been a bit of a weird one, if I'm honest. It's been very much a split and pick. I think the best way to describe it so far, the calling, well, not the calling, but the way the teams have been playing out the rounds, very pug style.
Yeah.
Where everybody has an idea. I want to do this. I want to do this. You'll let them do it, but then after a minute, you're kind of stuck there thinking, well, what do you guys want to do? Trouble can hear all these players just jumping about. Depends what kind of position he wants to put himself in. He's got 35 seconds left from the round. He still has a molly. But this position, you don't really want to be pulling nades out. You really don't want to.
Trouble. Waiting for them to push out right now. Has the potential for the backstab here as they slowly sneak their way up. Truth will get the first headshot off and take down Tarus. Trouble as well. With the trade back on, Ozzy with the adjustment, and it's all up to Trials in a 1 versus 3. This could be the second round for Vexed, but he wants to deny it. Nearly does. Pickles on 24 HP. Ridiculous.
Oh, there was a slight situation there where you're thinking, surely not.
Yeah, he's done it. But at the last second.
1 bullet off. And look at this buy from London Lynx. I mean, the cash isn't fantastic. I was going to say, there was a scout on the floor that was bought by Treble. But he has bought a UMP now, because he realised. Well, not realised, he missed by, obviously. They're really relying on the double up, though. With Brody and JBA on them.
It's so expensive, though, Ben.
It's the fact that I wouldn't say the AWPs have been winning them rounds.
Yeah.
Either. It's been more the rifles.
It's been the last-minute rifle play that sort of brought them back into a winnable position. Trials, talking about the rifles, let's see if he can run rampant with it as he gets up close and personal. Needs to clear the close angle, though, or Quicks can just unload a hailstorm of bullets into him. That rate of fire is going to be so rapid from the MAC-10, he should be able to deal a big chunk of damage. He goes for the play. Unfortunately, couldn't find his crosshair there. Does go down to Trials.
It's a really passive setup from them holding alley. Like, there's a lot of players in a very small amount of area.
There's a big gap, though. They could leak out if right now. If they want to go for the Ivy push, now would be the time.
I think he's going to get caught in the back by Trouble in a second. There's that trade, but it's still only a 2v3, though. You're thinking Vex still have a pretty good chance here. Especially when I think they know where all the players are. If they remembered which names were shooting at them earlier on, they should know. Yeah,
they've got the reads. They go for the play. Truth, though, as he crab walks his way up, gets stepped on. Seagull swoops by, cracks into his shell, and he's dead, Ben. It's not how you want to die at all. Pickles looking for the kills, though, over towards the stop sign. Does get a big tag off onto Trouble, but still going to be a struggle for him. 25 seconds, and from the sideline, he gets swiped out by Tarus.
And another reset. 4 players on less than 1700. Not great. Not great at all. Like, this is what I mentioned, like, it's such a test on the T side. Just because you win a round, then you lose 2, 3, 4 in a row. And you're just like... you're just constantly fighting this uphill battle. Especially when you don't get that pistol round. And this buy is... question marks, I suppose. Best way of putting it. Got Galil, Scout, 3D Eagles. And a flash.
A little bit awkward. Not really the most fantastic buy in the world, especially when you're going up against Trouble down here with a M4 as well. He can just spray onto you. Early Molotov comes out. Transfers a fair bit of damage towards Truth. A missed shot from JBA. Their Trouble as well, actually, in the close-range combat, will not prevail.
The Trials' position here is kind of massive. The smoke's about to fade in the next 4 seconds. And Truth, he'll have too many angles to keep an eye on if he goes anywhere closer to this.
Truth stays alive as he gets the kill. The execution that comes in, they now need to be quick about this as time is starting to tick away. That bomb is close towards detonation, but they will find the kill, Ben. They can now readjust. They got the kits. They can get the defuse off. That's a free AWP to save as well. Brody going to save the other AWP that was back over by Connector. 9 rounds picked up for London Lynx. The double AWP for absolutely free. Vexed, although they got a bomb plant, that is all they've gotten.
Yeah, and they're again in a position where you can't really buy unless you do another one of those weird MAC-10 buys they did earlier on. You know, 9-2. The T side was great last map, but this map, yeah, it's just big struggle. Big struggle. Again, looks like some kind of... It's just 3 alley again, but whenever we've seen this, it was Tarus that had the issues when they went towards here, but it's Brody with the AWP there now. You gotta be thinking this is a bit smoother. Nearly on.
Ooh, Pickles with the deagle. Gets the kill. There is a tag back onto Quicks there. As he was showing a little bit of elbow, just sticking it out around the corner, teasing them. As they are ready to go for this play as well. Quick's going to lead the charge. He's got the support. Truth comes out through Pop Dog, but he has been popped down by JBA.
Yeah, so even though it was Brody holding Ali during that round, Truth still managed to get himself killed.
Yeah.
Quite unfortunate, obviously, the deals. They pay dividends on this map quite often, if I'm honest. Got to be thinking this round's in a horrible position anyway. You've only got armor and quicks, and he's, as you mentioned, he took a hit earlier on. Kind of hoping he just landed, wouldn't say a lucky 1D, but...
It's kind of what it is, though.
Yeah, you're hoping it's on your side, don't you?
Yeah, you want to hope that the RNG's there for the 1D and just get that one shot off. Misses the first tag, though. Does get a tag on the Pop Dog player in trials, but it's not enough. You need to execute them instantly there. There's so many more players. They're holding the angles. The crossfire will prevail, meaning that things are getting quite dire. And for Vex, that's what we're talking about. This is sort of where you are going to be fully tested, you know? Is the strategy in motion? Do you have everything you need over on that T side? Because it's hard. T side train, if you don't have everything written down clear as day on paper, Ben, you're going to struggle.
Yeah, because to be fair, even though if you change IGL, you've not changed the team member, like you mentioned, you keep that same playbook.
Yeah.
So it should still be a map that they're, you know, if they felt comfortable on it, they should still be comfortable on it, right? Because it comes down to the player style at the end of the day. Ooh. That was his last bullet.
He's giving it. This is the thing, though. To be fair, this is the map where I was a little bit worried about him because we have seen Vex just struggle and do nothing at all on train. Sometimes they can look fantastic. Other times, you know, they have a bit of a bad hair day.
Yeah. 3v2. I mean, it's quite fortunate for Lynx in this one. Like, even though it's 3v2, they've got the guns that kind of, well, positional advantage. Trials, he can hear it's going to be a B. Based off that one player, he should be making that call. And obviously, Brody's a bit too late. But he does get that info, though. He's been allowed to just jump across to get that peek. You know, this is still winnable for them. Especially with Trials, who's been having a phenomenal game so far. I think he was 21-7. If he can get the drop on quicks here, this is a scary round now.
Brody, 1 versus 2. Vex, they could get themselves a 3rd round. Maybe this is where they start to bring it back. Possibly get themselves within the region of 5 rounds at the half. You know, if you can get yourself towards that margin, it's not that bad. You know, you're not out of the game. Especially if you win pistol. The position you're left in then, you're not far off 10 rounds at all. But we're going to have to wait and see if that will be alluded to as Vex get themselves a 3rd. 2 more rounds to go at the half, Ben.
Yeah, quite amusing to see Brody actually opt to save there. He didn't have a clue where Pickles actually was in that close situation just then. And obviously the cash isn't great. And he's actually dropped an AWP there for JBA and bought himself another one too. So they really want to keep investing into that double AWP.
They love the double AWP.
They must be quite confident in, you know, that on this map especially, to be willing to keep reinvesting like that. Especially when the money's not great. So there's the call instantly from Vanity. He knows nobody's close pop, but they can come down for free. Fortunately, though, that flash has made it so they don't have a clue anymore. Although Pickles still not... Doesn't seem like he trusted the word of Vanity. He's doing like a jump peek over the top of the ladder.
Yeah.
So still not quite 100% on that.
Unless maybe there was no call. You never know. You'd feel
You'd
like...
hope there was a call.
Yeah, you'd hope so, but...
Oh... Kind of feel like he should have landed that.
Well, flashbang as well keeps him at bay. There's the follow-up flash. That is going to be the signal for him to go for it. Quicks goes into the back line, but he did not expect the positional play there from Brody. Just lying in wait, ready to punish and send them back to bed school.
That's really good moves from them. Brody obviously having the positional sense to be rotating that section, and then JBA regressing as well. And they have the bomb now. You know, 3v4, and you had the bomb going out Ivy. You know, that's... You've got to question it at some point, but Vanity could make a huge play here, depending on JBA's whereabouts. The play's already been made now. It's left holes in the CT defense. They can get to that bomb. I think it's all down to treble.
Brody. Shot off on Vanity. Pickles. And the 1 versus 1 versus Brody.
15 seconds. He doesn't have much time to wait here. Brody's got himself in a really good position to stop him from getting towards the site.
The backstab though, Ben.
He has to run it the whole way. He has to run.
He has
There's
to
no
sprint
time.
in now. Brody, he's just going to go for the face. Gets the shot off with the AWP. That's another round for London Lynx. And Vex, the most they can get at the end of the half now, if they won this round, was 4. The likelihood of that happening is very, very slim, meaning this is most likely going to be a 12-3 scoreline. If London Lynx win the pistol, this could spiral out of control in a matter of seconds and knock us the whole way through to our third map, which would be cash.
Yeah, you've got to be wondering, can Vex pull this last round back? Because, to be fair, the comeback score has always been 12-3 at the half. That's the score you're thinking the comeback is possible.
Yeah.
They've got that guaranteed. You'd like to think that 4th round is still needed. And they have won rounds with less equipment than this. But it's still, you know, you got to be hoping that there's some kind of big play. Especially when JBA's made that information play Ali. He's pushed up quite close. And if he properly checked that, he'll know that's the first time they've had nobody Ali. Like, for the first time this entire game. And because of that knowledge, there's 2 players on B, and it looks like it's going to be a BX game.
Quicks has the bomb. Gonna grab the bomb, rotate round. Got a minute on the clock here still. Gonna link up with the rest of his squadron, then go for the play. Early utility thrown out. Try and support Trouble here towards close round. He has a Molotov as well to get behind it. They're going to push down into the Molotov. They won't know it's there, so they're taking a ton of damage. Played the anti-flash angle, peeked out with the FAMAS, but didn't get too much going from the UMP rather, as the kills do start coming. Pickles on 1 HP, Quicks on 3. That is going to be 12-3. Surely, Pickles, he can't do anything here. He's so low. His lips have been lost, and that is a 12-3 scoreline at the half.
Yeah, that nade, if Pickles hadn't peeked into it, it would have gone the whole way, I think, because I think it got stuck on his foot. I think it just about stopped. Yeah, I think it just about stopped it from going around the corner and killing the plant around him. So, obviously didn't make a difference, but just quite amusing.
Yeah.
That it actually did that. It's 12-3 though. I mean, you may as well not pick your own map at this point.
Yeah, I know.
Series.
It's a bit of a role reversal for either team, and
yeah,
it's a worrying affair when this happens. Actually means that Cash could be.
Who knows whose map that actually is?
Yeah, like what are we even looking at there? Is that going to be super one-sided? Is that just going to be a slog really? Because either of these 2 teams have.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
It's crazy.
Full on bloodbath.
For Vex though, in terms of the game, what are we looking at here? CT side, what do they have to do, Ben?
Well, the pistol's the #1
Yeah.
priority, obviously, isn't it? And even if you get the pistol, there's still that question mark of converting the anti-ecos and everything. But first, we'll need to see what they do from the pistol, because Pickles has opted for that kit smoke, classic support role. They tend to, you know, allow themselves to be no Kevlar. This double up of peak could be quite crazy here. There's so many of them lined up.
Quicks gets 1, Truth gets a 2nd, takes down Trials, looks for the 3rd as JBA is low. JBA goes in for it with a crouch face. The bomb has been gifted to him, and he's confident. Tried to get an extra trade-off, but wasn't able to do so. Vexed, they are in the driving seat for this pistol.
Yeah, I can understand the movement with Truth there. It's one of those things you try and play the, you know, try and bluff them out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work for him. And it does mean, though, you're left with 2 players in Lynx who, you know, don't have armor. It's quite a rough 2v3 to be in, especially on the pistol round.
Ooh.
Started wondering for a second.
Yeah, it looked a little bit awkward, but at least he got the frag and also he redeems himself on the follow-up. So, they actually do get the opening pistol on the 2nd side there. So, good stuff. That is going to be a 4th round now. You can start to accumulate these rounds pretty well, but you have to carry on. You can't afford to make a slip-up. If you do, that is basically going to be game.
Yeah, the other question mark here is, with that plant going down, there should be a full eco from London Lynx, and then the buy the next round. Will they end up forfeiting a plant to London Lynx as, you know, as Vex got in the first half as well? You remember they got the 2 plants in a row, didn't they?
Yeah.
But London Lynx have not bought a single thing to back this up, and Quicks could have an absolute massacre ahead of them.
Oh, Quicks. And he has eaten them up like a bowl of cereal, Ben, on the spoon.
On the spoon.
On the spoon.
Yeah.
Slurp down on them.
Sure. I guess.
Like some Cheerios.
Some Cheerios. You'd eat Cheerios that quickly.
Probably not. I mean, they're quite crunchy.
Yeah.
Quite, yeah. What would you eat that quickly?
Big spoonful of Rice Krispies after you've dipped them in milk a bit.
Yeah.
You know, you need to get them a bit soggy, don't you?
Get them a little bit wet, so they snap, crackle, and pop ever so slightly quicker.
You need, because you can't have them dry. They're quite, I wouldn't say rough, but
Yeah.
they're not too great.
Crackle, pop, and quicks.
Yeah.
It's the new Vexed roster.
That nade was a solid one, 38 damage. Considering he had head armor as well, that's good damage for a HE grenade. Vex being quite proactive on their CT side. You know, they're taking map control. Aussie's given the info, they smoked the end of alley. They've got main control. They leave Pickles there. They have one player ready to rotate B. He's kind of playing Z essentially here. Aussie's got a big player ahead of him, but can't quite make it. And he should be given the info now. They're going backtrack. Quicks. Oh, horrible situation to be in with an AWP.
It's a rough angle, but he gets the first kill. Very one and done position, but somehow he actually makes it work and plays it just like that. Gets the one, and then is done. Goes back for more though. Trouble. Ben!
Oh.
How can he flick like that?
You just hate seeing it from the other guy's POV, just because
He's livid.
he's not turned on his screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jesus.
Even though I said it was a horrible angle spear, and he got that kill, and his movement was very fluid. He managed to get all the way around that corner and even pull out long enough for Vanity to get there and help him.
I told you, he is definitely one of those IGLs that can frag, and you've taken the IGL role away from him. Maybe this is where he just starts completely fragging out.
Potentially. This looks like a very bold... We're going B again, guys. We kind of need to throw away this round also. But we've got a flash and a smoke
get
this
one
time.
out of the way, please, boys. Can we just push in the truth? Quicks as well with the assist, comes over, is able to eliminate Trials. It's just Trouble and Tarus that remain. You got the Molotov going in as well, gonna burn them back and force them into a bit more of an awkward spot. So 2 versus 4, Ben, outnumbered, outgunned, and scared. Scared. You're gonna feel like London Lynx, they're gonna be a little bit timid into this one. Obviously, they are gonna grab the bomb. Trouble only has the CZ as well, so it's up to Tarus to base the majority of the plays if they're somehow going to find success in this round, because they've got a minute on the clock as they head towards A.
Yeah, the other issue is that he doesn't have any armor. So he's got to be hoping to get that first shot, otherwise that aim punch will come into effect. But as you said, Trouble has that flash. So I don't know how effective this flash could be, considering he's come out of May. I think he was the only person who got flash from that, actually. He has got info where Aussie was, I think. Did Aussie see him as well? Don't think he did, based on the way he's moving.
My God. Pickles turns on him. Pickles does run into the crosshair of Trouble and gets cut to pieces. Still, though, it's a 1 versus 3. Tries to get the upper angle first, but couldn't quite muster it. Does go down to Vanity and Aussie. Oh, if you really got that frag on Pickles.
Yeah, you got to be wondering what actually happens after that kill. But, I mean, Pickles, fair play, he did save the situation. He did flick quite quickly and get that kill.
Rapid.
And like you said, you slowly start building those rounds. You're not far away from 10. 12-7. This is a make or break round, I think.
It looks a lot worse visually than it is to actually bring it back.
Yeah. I feel like a bit of a crazy call. Bit of a bold one.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this round wins the game.
There we go. We'll keep track of that. We're looking to Vexed, seeming to start it off quite well, but maybe this could be the 2-0 for Vexed if they carry on in this fashion then, as Brody has been eliminated. It looks like they're going to try and go for this play once more. A little bit split apart though, Ben. They're not close together. You have got the delayed play in Trouble with the bomb, who's now going to rotate round. He's got to sprint the whole way over towards the B site. By the time he gets there, they're going to have wasted a lot of time and have about a minute on the clock.
The longer this round goes on, the more likely Vex play 2B. Purely on the fact that late in the round, it's much more likely that a team goes towards B. But with that smoke coming in, you got to be thinking Truth will request someone to come over. Vanity's already moving. Bit hyped up to throw that flash.
Yeah, a little bit too excited.
But from that point though, as soon as you know that somebody did throw a smoke B, you keep 2. You risk the 2. You hope that the outside players have made enough info. Pickles is in main. They've got a good defense set up here. Yeah. So as long as Truth gets more than 1, I think they're in a good position here.
Well, misses with the initial spam, but Aussie's actually able to get the first frag. Trials as well on the drop down, assuming that he'd still be able to connect his shots. But JBA and Tarus, they have been the retake squad, Ben. They've been able to get control of the site, but Tarus is so low. Fortunately, they don't have any grenades to lob in, but it doesn't matter as they still have a Pickles, and he is pickling everyone. Quick to go in for the final blow. Takes down JBA. 8 rounds to 12 now as Vexed. The slow climb is carrying on.
Yeah, look at that scoreboard. It looks a lot more rough than, you know, the score actually is. Like, you consider all the Lynx players had more than 10 kills. Trials on 25. You got a few players on Vex who still don't have 10 yet. You wouldn't think they're only down by 4 rounds. Like,
Yeah.
it's alarmingly close. And London Lynx have opted to buy again. JBA's got no armor again on that AWP, but he's willing to try it once more. And this time it's a heavy alley default. 3 players there, the AWP is there. But they're using up a lot of grenades. And they haven't even got across yet.
Yeah, Quicks with the fast peek kills Trouble. That is going to cause some trouble for them. Quicks, you can see, look, getting ready, waiting for the jump face, seeing if they're going to go for the cross peek. Instead, JBA goes straight out, eliminates Ozzy. And now we're back into the 4 versus 4.
Yeah, quite an unfortunate kill to lose there. I mean, Quicks was, I'd say, millimeters off getting that trade instantly anyway. But Pickles so far, he's been really good with his positional sense on this map. I mean, he's been pushing into main round after round after round. He's not actually had contact in there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been able to push in there, keep the map control.
Get a good chunk of information.
And he's not really had to forfeit that, you know, pushing ability. And that's a good push from Vanity as well. He heard the player above pop and he took the risk. And here comes Pickles in. He's been playing close main, but he hasn't been punished once for it yet. And finally, he's getting tested there. He does get taken down.
Oh, totally true. Oh, luckily enough though for Quicks, he finds himself a collateral, switches out to the CZ. Big dink on Brody. Quicks might clutch the round out. This would be incredible if he's able to pull it off, which he will. Quicks, the stars have aligned, and so have the bodies of the London Lynx players.
I could see it like a few seconds before. I was like, surely not. That, he's holding that angle. I was like, surely they don't align. Then
Yeah.
they did. After it started off so well in terms of the opening picks for them, they fall in a matter of, what, 10 seconds from a 3v1 down to a round loss. Yeah, that's such a quick drop that you're just like wondering, how has that happened? How are we allowed
What
that
is
to happen?
going on here?
Literally just, what is going on here?
But
Just confused. Very confused. But Quicks with the AWP, second half, he's been showing off the moves.
transfer of grenades there early on over towards Ivy. So now you're at 9 rounds for Vexed. You're very, very close. This should, and I say should likely, be a 10th round because of things like that. JBA with a deagle, gets the kill, decapitates Ozzy. Vanity is now forced to try and pick up the pieces and mop up the mess that he met. Vanity?
Confusing move by him.
Yeah.
Honest.
Surely at that point you just focus on Ivy, you know? That's where the push is going to come from. They're right there. They were bubbling to try and push down.
Quicks might get caught out here as well by JBA. Truth's down a 1v4, turned into a 1v3 thanks to that first kill. But, you know, they've got control of that outer site. You know, he's got a mountain to climb this round. He does have a lot of grenades, thankfully. He has a kit too. But you got to be wondering, at what point does he think it might be better to save here? Because they don't have much money on that CT side.
Well, finds the first frag then. He has a kit, HE, smoke, and Molotov. But if he's going to go for this, he needs to go for it soon. He doesn't have long enough to carry on dilly-dallying around. As he launches out the Molotov, spots out Trouble, does get the tag off towards him. Goes for the push out, trying to clear these angles. If he's going to get on the bomb, he needs to do it now. It's now or never. Unfortunately for him, he did not know the location of JBA. The backstab comes through, and London Lynx get the round.
And instantly a pause comes in. Yeah, I think the thing that decided that round was, as you mentioned, Vanity. You know, just, he's obviously, he seems concerned about Ali.
Yeah.
But he's more concerned about, can I be shot from somewhere else? And he's not realized he can be shot in the back.
It's just like they're right there. They were literally right there, just on the borderline.
Just not being like well, not knowledgeable about his whereabouts, really.
Yeah.
He did get shot through the corner of the box, fine. But it wasn't like it was a right-hand peek around the corner of the box. That was left-hand peek through the corner of the box. Like, you should be more knowledgeable about where you can be shot from. Yeah. Especially on a map like Train, you know, being around that alley area, green to Ivy, you can be shot from so many different directions, but your priority is always going to be alley.
You've got to know your angles.
Yeah, it's such a big thing, especially on that CT hold, knowing what your teammates are looking at, what you're looking at. But I think this pause has been kind of called just as a strong sort of thing to talk about the buy, because I saw one of the players, I think it was 3,000.
So apparently it is a technical pause that we have coming through, obviously, so a player can remedy an issue.
An issue.
An issue. An error.
Error.
I am in error.
I don't know what the issue could be. Perhaps Vanity had his headset on backwards.
Oi.
or his screen on back to front.
Yeah.
He's looking
screen's inverted. Oh, bloody hell.
I'm looking the wrong way.
I thought they were coming from a right. They were left. They floated down from the ceiling.
Oh, look at that buy. 2 glass cannon AWPs.
Disgusting.
An AWP on Vanity is something we haven't seen very often as well.
Yeah, that's true.
He normally sticks that rifle. We normally see it from Aussie or Truth, don't we?
Yeah.
The AWPs. We see the other players use them. Surprisingly, Quicks isn't towards Ali though. He's the one who's had success with it.
Vanity. Is he actually going to watch the angle this time? Fires off the shot. Will not get the connection as the flashbang dazed him as they went for the push across. JBA also just going to wait for this extension to come around. Transfer of the smokes. Vanity doesn't go for the reface either. Instead, adjusts his gaze to look towards Pop Dog. That is the 3 Musketeers waiting outside Ivy though. But the bomb now starts to reposition.
Yeah, so they do the regular default. They leave Tarus there. He has Molly, Flash still. He can, Molly's flash, like smoke flash. He can do that same default again. And he can keep eyes on Ivy. But it does look like they're going towards main more. Quicks has been here all round. He's been waiting for somebody to peek main. And Brody's been sat there the entire round, not willingly pushed quite yet. But as the smokes come in there, Quicks needs to get out of there. And he does quite easily, and there's only 35 seconds left now. There's limited time for them to make this push. The longer they wait, more CTs there will be.
Aussie.
Oh,
Trying to go for this play, Ben. Doesn't get tagged up and then traded out as well. Luckily, Quicks was there to eliminate JBA, and Pickles also comes through on Trouble. Truth adds to their tally as they just keep stacking up dead bodies. It's all on Brody. The spray down. The Lynx angle to go huge. And Brody will do it. It's the Brody beatdown.
Doesn't help that the last 2 players alive were the ones with no armor and AWPs as well.
Yeah.
But in terms of positional play, he snuck into that smoke after getting the bomb, and he gets 3 players' backs.
That's rough. Especially because if they won that round as well, it was 10-14, 10-13, it's a whole different scoreline, whole different storyline as well, and the way the game would have expanded. Instead, they're left with what? A Deagle, 3 CZs, a Scout, couple of bits of utility sprinkled in there for good measure. Most likely, you're looking at a 15-9. So it's just, they've kind of blown the chance they did have out of the water.
Yeah, and obviously the instant react play from them is to take A main, they see nothing. Vanity then take Pop Dog. They're just trying to get any sort of map info that they can, map control, anything like that. And yeah, the longer the round goes on, the scarier it gets for Vex, just on the pure fact that they don't have many grenades. They don't have much to do this round. Like, they've got 2 players in Pop, but they can hear mains getting taken back. And there's not much they can do about it. I mean, Pickles as a Scout, I wouldn't say Scout is something I've seen him use very often.
Yeah. It's not really his forte.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's one of his preferred weapons. But he does have it out. And that smoke at Sandwich, slowly negating his possibility in this round to make an impact.
Ooh. Bit of a miss there coming through. Doesn't actually get the tag off. Quicks from the close range angle. Gets 1 before the Flames overcome and kill him. Now Pickles lying in wait with the Scout. Oh, he's on for the no-scope, but there is no connection for it. It's still a 3v3, however, Ben. And the Deagle comes out. Truth with the first. Tries to slay a second, but couldn't quite get the adjustment off. And it's just down to Aussie and Vanity, the CZ Backstreet Boys. Can they break this round apart?
They're actually going to B. I do like that goal, just purely by the fact. But But they already know. Fantasy's already heading towards B here as well. If he was any quicker, he potentially stops anything there. But Ozzy has an AK, he has a smoke. There is no kit, though, is the issue on this round. Trouble. Now down to Tarus, 1v2. He has a HG grenade and an AK, but none of the CTs have a kit. Time will slowly tick on by on this bomb.
Ooh. Trying to get the
given an
shots
option. One of the players is going to have to just stick on this bomb. Doesn't even matter.
Kills him.
Not if I just headshots him like that.
So that's the defuse. 10 rounds to 14 rounds. 4 rounds of difference. If London Lynx were around, they have an overtime safety net guaranteed, and they're close to equalising the scoreline and making it a 1-1 bet, meaning we would have to see the third map of cash. However, Vexed, if they can carry on, stably build at the rate they have been, they've been looking a whole lot better on their CT side compared to their T side, maybe they can still bring this back. And London Lynx, 14 rounds, don't have match point yet, so there is no opportunity for overtime. Vex could still straight up win this if they go on an absolute tear and were to win 6 on the trot.
Yeah, so despite on the first half we saw Vex, they'd win a round, then they'd lose one. And the round they would lose straight after, they had no plant. So the money was terrible. It was less than 2k. Lynx got that plant. They also had JBA, who was on 8,000 because of the round he had when they did win, where he had 4 kills or whatever it was. So they've steadily just decided, we can eco around, we don't need to force the issue here. You know, it's only 14-10, we can put it to 14-11. We'll have a much better buy if we just eco one.
Well, Ozzy annihilates JBA. So already off to a pretty tremendous start for the triumphant Vexed boys. Vanity as well will kill Tarus. Trials, Trouble, and Brody remain, and they are being picked from a distance. They are taking damage, taking dinks. Someone is going to have to buff these marks out of them.
Seems like they found JBA's antics at Ali. At least based on that last eco/deco round, he did go towards Ali. And obviously he was the major player in that round that they did win. And even with an AWP, he does go towards Ali. We saw Quicks get that 1 kill, and then there was the trade in Aussie. You're wondering, where does the AWP go in this situation? He had a B spawn there, maybe fast down pops perhaps. They haven't been playing in pops in these gun rounds. But it's fast towards B. And Truth hasn't been exactly a easy kill towards B either. Seems very willing to spend quite a bit of time here, doesn't he?
Well, they have the range advantage right now. London Lynx do have the AWP, so you've got that sniper in play. You can try and work out a good angle, use the line of sight to get a pick from a distance, but there's not really too many angles on that T side that you can, especially not the ones they're utilizing.
I'm quite surprised to see them whip out 2 AWPs.
Yeah.
On the T side. You know, it's quite bizarre, I guess would be the best way of putting it, because, you know, it's such a heavy investment. Neither of them had money for grenades either. And now you're stuck, as you can see here, the 2 Ts doing smokes for outside. I think it's, what, left side bomb train, right side bomb train maybe, or perhaps on top of bomb train, right side bomb train, yeah. But it's, I don't know, it feels so one-dimensional based on the fact that you're forced into this play. You can't really do anything else. Right, you've got, Pickles is in pop. It doesn't really matter about what those smokes now. And they've got 3 players in B. There's 35 seconds left. This is a horrible situation to be in.
Oh, Trials and JBA get a kill apiece, but it's still a 3-on-4. Vanity, though, needs to go huge. It has to be a major play from him, but it is not going to go down like that at all, as the kills are storming back in favor of London Lynx. A double kill comes out. Pickles has to go for basically an outrageous play or just a standard save, because this is be a 15th round for London Lynx. I see nothing else going down. Pickles wants to grab the AK, stubby little T-Rex arms, eventually can pick it up, and he gets out of there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so bizarre. You have 3 players in B, and none of them really playing for each other, if I'm honest. Like, you had 1 player at Coil, 1 player near Summit sort of area, and the other player is kind of, I wouldn't say baiting, but he's not, you know, the whole point of having the 3 players there is you're able to utilize the fact that you can cover so many triangles, and instead, you know, Vanity's caught just kind of just crouching around the site, hoping to make some sort of crazy play on his own. But as you mentioned earlier, that's overtime guaranteed for London Lynx, even if they were not able to win the next 4 rounds. And it's still an okay buy from Vexed. I mean, Pickles is, he's accepted. He can go Deagle. Oh, actually, there's an AK on the floor. Okay. He can have an AK full nades. And now they've gone for the double up. We saw what happened last time they had the double up with Quicks and Vanity. That's a good opener, followed by another one. That's really good. That's
this is a pretty good start.
Yeah.
They're looking like they want to try and force this out into overtime if they can, Ben, as Brody, Trouble, and Tarus, the only 3 remaining T-side members, they are not really looking too fantastic either, as Tarus now is dead. Blown to pieces by Quicks. Trouble comes back out, will secure the bomb, but Quicks and Pickles at the same time find the frags. And that is another round picked up for Vex. They want to take this to overtime. And it's going to most likely be a 13-15 before we really see an actual fair fight coming out from London Lynx.
So London Lynx are in that awkward situation now where if you buy now, you've then got an eco and you've got a crappy buy on the 15-14. So they've gone for that. If they do not win this round, they're going to have horrible buys for the remainder of this game. Going into overtime at least. So it's pretty much all on Treble's AWP here, if I'm honest. So everybody's going through white holes. He's got the AWP blocking upper, and it looks like they're just going to do some kind of burst towards B, with Truce playing so far back in B. You know, they've got plenty of grenades to play retake with. It's just such a rough one, though, to consider playing retake. Quite scary, 15-12. But Pickles is here, but he doesn't have anything to stop a rush. All he has is his gun and 2 flashes. It's not fantastic.
Oh.
There comes the flash.
That's unlucky.
Yeah, not a single kill. And they've already rushed towards Z as well. Truth may be here.
Off, but is the tag really going to be enough to actually help them? The spray down coming through. Truth with the double needs to make it the hat trick, but he couldn't actually get the adjustment in time. Vanity, that is a sour miss. That is going to leave a horrible taste in his mouth. He should have hit that shot, and his teammates are paying the price for it as well. Trials annihilates Aussie. It's a 1 versus 2. It's all on Quicks. The Swedish superstar himself needs to clear this angle to his right. Will find the shot on Trials, trigger discipline on display. Now he knows he's left in the 1v1 versus Brody. Just going to jump on the bomb. Brody would have to fight his way through the Molotov.
He's held the bluff.
Doesn't decide to go for it, but he finds it! Brody gets the shot off and wins the round in incredible fashion.
I mean, that's probably the closest defuse
Ever.
that as in, you know, the kill was what? 1 second
Literally
off?
on the dot.
Plus him running through fire. I mean,
That's ridiculous.
that's crazy.